The Seraphim, the burning ones. Before the throne, the Seraphim are revealed explicitly in Isaiah 6. Their name comes from the Hebrew seraph, meaning to burn or fiery ones. This points to their purity, holiness, and proximity to the immediate presence of God. Isaiah 6, 1-3. In the year that King Uzziah died, I saw also the Lord sitting upon a throne, high and lifted up. Above it stood the seraphims. Each one had 6 wings. With twain he covered his face, and with twain he covered his feet, and with twain he did fly. And one cried unto another and said, Holy, holy, holy is the Lord of hosts. The whole earth is full of his glory. Key characteristics of the seraphim: 6 wings, 2 cover the face, reverence before God's holiness. 2 cover the feet, humility and creatureliness. 2 for flying, readiness for divine service. Their primary function is worship and proclamation. They do not guard or transport. They continually declare God's absolute holiness, associated with purification. A seraph touches Isaiah's lips with a live coal from the altar. Isaiah 6, 6-7. Then flew one of the seraphims unto me, having a live coal in his hand. And he laid it upon my mouth and said, Lo, this hath touched thy lips, and thine iniquity is taken away. The seraphim are thus heavenly worshipers and agents of purification, standing directly in God's throne room and proclaiming his holiness without ceasing. The cherubim, guardians of God's holiness and glory. The cherubim are a distinct and separate order of angelic beings. They appear throughout Scripture as guardians, throne bearers, and bearers of divine glory. 4 wings and 4 faces. The most detailed description appears in Ezekiel 1 and Ezekiel 10. Ezekiel 1, 5-6. Also out of the midst thereof came the likeness of 4 living creatures, and every one had 4 faces, and every one had 4 wings. Their 4 faces: face of a man, face of a lion, face of an ox, face of an eagle. These represent intelligence, kingship, strength, and swiftness, respectively. Role and function: guardians of God's holiness. Placed at the east of Eden after the fall, Genesis 3:24. So he drove out the man, and he placed at the east of the Garden of Eden cherubims, and a flaming sword which turned every way to keep the way of the tree of life. Bearers of God's throne. God is repeatedly described as dwelling between the cherubim. Psalm 99:1. The Lord reigneth, let the people tremble. He sitteth between the cherubims. Associated with divine judgment and movement. In Ezekiel, the glory of the Lord departs and moves upon the cherubim. Lucifer, the anointed cherub that covereth. Before his fall, Lucifer was not a seraph, but a cherub, specifically described as the anointed cherub that covereth. Ezekiel 28, 14-15. Thou art the anointed cherub that covereth, and I have set thee so. Thou wast upon the holy mountain of God. Thou wast perfect in thy ways from the day that thou wast created, till iniquity was found in thee. This language indicates a position of authority, a covering or guarding role, close proximity to God's glory. Lucifer's sin was pride and self-exaltation, not a failure of design. Isaiah 14, 12-14. How art thou fallen from heaven, O Lucifer? For thou hast said in thine heart, I will ascend into heaven. I will be like the Most High. Clear biblical distinction. Seraphim, cherubim, 6 wings, 4 wings. Proclaim, Holy, holy, holy. Guard and bear God's glory. Agents of purification, guardians of holiness and judgment. Worship-focused. Authority and administration-focused, never associated with Lucifer. Lucifer was a cherub. Summary: Seraphim are the burning worshipers of heaven, declaring God's holiness and ministering purification. Cherubim are the guardians and throne bearers of God's glory and authority. Lucifer was an exalted cherub, not a seraph, who fell through pride and rebellion. Together, these beings reveal the order, hierarchy, and holiness of God's heavenly realm, and the seriousness of approaching His presence on His terms alone.